Coming up on SBU TV, we head to Lake Ontario to check out a frozen house, and then we cross the border to Canada to learn how bagpipes are made. Hello and welcome to SBU TV. I'm Natalie Kucko.
And I'm Brittany Slomba. St. Patrick's Day is an age-old tradition, so have Americans stayed true to its original meaning? Catie Brown reports.
With the coming of St. Patrick's Day, you can expect the streets to be littered with people. Having such a large population of Americans with Irish heritage, it's no surprise the day will be filled with food, binge drinking, and good old Irish pride.
There was a lot of anti-Irish Catholicism, and there's a lot of, the nativism who are against the Irish Catholics coming over here. And I think St. Patrick's Day was more of a day for them to kind of rally around their Irish heritage.
Although St. Patrick's Day is a great day to get out and drink, are we really appreciating Irish and Irish American culture, or are we appropriating it?
Yeah, I do agree that there's a lot of appropriation. I think it's been over-commercialised like many others and doesn't represent Ireland's culture as a whole. It's just become a booze up, really, which is fun.
Well, the day wouldn't even exist if the Irish people didn't appreciate St. Patrick. But on the other hand, some people take it too far.
Because I understand it's been Americanized, but I mean, it is a day of celebration for Irish heritage.
I think it makes a little bit of a mockery out of Ireland in a way. They have a lot to offer, and it isn't just Guinness, Irish car bombs, 40 clovers and leprechauns.
For SBU TV, I'm Catie Brown.
How you celebrate the holiday is ultimately up to you. Just be sure you don't have to get your stomach pumped by the end of the night. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
A beachfront house in western New York has gone viral. I took a trip to find out more. It's no surprise that the cold weather can introduce harsh conditions. But no one was prepared to see this ice house form in Webster, New York. 5 days of intense wind with gusts of up to 81 miles per hour here along the Lake Ontario shoreline helped turn this beach home into an igloo, and now it's becoming a worldwide sensation. It created a media hit viewed by hundreds of millions around the world.
A major winter storm is barreling across the country, and the wicked weather is causing some pretty icy conditions. Check out this house, completely covered in ice.
The owner of the house thinks it will take several weeks, if not months, before the ice melts. For SBU TV, I'm Natalie Kucko. Fortunately, temperatures over the next several days are expected to be above freezing.
A St. Bonaventure alumnus donated tickets to see the movie The Shack. Katie Tercek has the story.
Through a donation from a St. Bonaventure University alumnus, Paul Murphy, students and faculty had the opportunity to see The Shack on Wednesday.
Paul and Jacquie were up visiting the mountains back in early February to sponsor people from Mount Irenaeus and possibly the university community to come and see the movie. The book had such a profound experience in my life that I would like to share.
Based on the New York Times best-selling novel, The Shack, the film is about a father's spiritual journey as he faces a tragedy.
To be quite honest with you, I want to go see it again, so that I can maybe even take notes the next time, because I'm sure I can get a couple of good homilies out of it too.
Following the movie, faculty and students gathered together in Cafe La Verna to reflect about The Shack. For SBU TV, I'm Catie Tercek.
The Shack is still playing in theaters.
A small-town icon was stolen and then mysteriously returned in a story that can only be described as corny. CNN's Jeremy Roth has the story.
Stand down, everyone. The giant missing popcorn ball has been returned. This 70-pound multicolored wad of popcorn sat outside a Chagrin Falls, Ohio confectionery and was considered a hometown icon. That is, until someone made off with the ball, which was valued at $700. Police launched an investigation, and residents pleaded for the corny creation's safe return, and apparently it worked. The popcorn ball was returned anonymously. Presumably, the town's threat level has now been lowered from DEFCON 1 to DEFCON 5.
Can't imagine taking a bite out of that.
I know, Natalie. I can't even imagine trying to hide something that big. It's amazing. Up next, Hailey Rose Gattuso shows us how the St. Bonaventure Mathematics Department celebrated Pi Day.
March 14th, expressed as a decimal, is 3.14. also known as the number pi. For this reason, the United States House of Representatives declared March 14th to be National Pi Day, starting in 2009. St. Bonaventure University's Department of Mathematics held its own celebration beginning at 1:59 p.m. and lasting 2 hours and 65 minutes. Like the date, these figures are derived from the digits of pi to 8 digits beyond the decimal point. Festivities included pi-ounce bags of M&Ms, Pi Day songs, a giant Pi Day display, and an opportunity to find your birthday in the digits of pi.
And of course, freshly baked pie.
The number pi is the ratio between the circumference of a circle and its diameter. While it seems like a simple formula, it results in a rather complex number, as it has been computed to over 12 trillion digits without forming any pattern whatsoever. Thanks to this irregular number, we have a fun day to enjoy sweet treats while engaging in mathematics.
Middle schools, high schools, colleges, and universities celebrate Pi Day as a way to create kind of extra math awareness and then just eat a lot of delicious pie too.
For SBU TV, I'm Hailey Rose Gattuso.
For more information on the history of pie, check out the link below.
A new restaurant fired up this week in Allegheny. Ethan Kibbe checked it out.
Al Granger already owns Sparky's Pizza, Home Plate News, and Third Base Bar and Grill. This week, he opened Grandslam Grill. He says there's a simple reason he opened his 4th restaurant.
People have to eat. It's part of life. You got to eat.
Granger says his goal for his 4th restaurant? Hit it out of the park.
Granger says he's done a lot of work to prepare for his newest venture.
You just can't just turn the key and open it up. You got to spend a lot of time and energy and focus and get everything to make the customers happy.
And so far, his customers, like Devine Laecock and Harvey, are thoroughly pleased.
The experience is great. So far, there's a great atmosphere in here. I like it and enjoy it.
Food was fantastic. Service was good. I got no problems at all.
With so many businesses to run, Granger says he's unlikely to open any more.
Most likely no, but you know what? You never know.
As for Grand Slam, his customers say they're sure to come back for more.
Oh, you bet your life. Yeah, no question about it.
For SBU TV, I'm Ethan Kibbe.
Grand Slam Grill is open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner.
I've always wondered how bagpipes are made, so I grabbed my passport and went to Canada to find out.
Located in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada, Dunbar Bagpipes is celebrating its 50th anniversary. Founder Jack Dunbar started the business in 1967. Dunbar's son-in-law and current owner Rick Pettigrew said the business began in a shed behind Dunbar's house.
People became aware that he was over here in Canada and started bringing him pieces to work on and stuff like that, so that's what started the business up nice and slowly. He built the business up to be quite successful.
Pettigrew goes on to talk about the technical side of bagpipe making.
A lot of custom machinery, multi-spindle drills that are specific for the stuff that we make.
Pettigrew said they also bought a CNC machine that is run by computer programming.
So basically you put the part in the lathe and you press the button and it machines it down to what you want it to be, to whatever the program tells it to do. You put the next piece in and it does the exact same thing.
So what sets Dunbar Bagpipes apart from all the others? Pettigrew said they do a lot of handwork, so every set of pipes is finished by human hands. Pettigrew's wife Jacquie handles the shipping and accounting part of the business and says she has no interest in learning how to play the bagpipes.
There's a blowpipe and you blow into that and you inflate your bag, and then you gotta get your pipe channer going and your drones going and keep the bag inflated at the same time as know all your music. It's a lot harder than it looks.
Employee Morgan Stanford played the same pipes he helped make and made it look easy. I quickly learned that playing the bagpipes is much harder than pipers like Stanford make it look. For SBU TV, I'm Brittany Slomba.
They even have a set of bagpipes on every continent, and because of that, they're known as the bagpipes heard throughout the world. That's all for us here in the Coop. I'm Brittany Slomba.
And I'm Natalie Kucko. Stay tuned for the Wolfpack Report coming up next, and thanks for watching.
Hello, and welcome to the Wolfpack Report. Alongside Meghan Burke, I'm Emily Losito.
Today's report features interviews with athletes from the men's basketball team, the club volleyball team, and the men's rugby team.
Joining me today is Kylie O'Donnell, a member of the women's club volleyball team. Kylie, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So, you transferred from St. Ansem in Manchester. Can you tell me a little bit about your experience there and your travel teams that you were a part of?
So before St. A's, I was on a travel team in New England. We went to Atlanta, Kansas City, California. It was a lot of fun. We made nationals each time, so it was a really, really good team. I went to St. A's for 2 years. I played 1 year of Division II volleyball my freshman year. That was a lot of fun, and I really miss all my friends. But I decided to transfer here because of the journalism program. It's definitely a better program and fit for me, so I'm really happy that I decided to transfer.
And you said you played D2 volleyball. What are the differences between playing there and playing here at club volleyball?
I would say that it's a lot more fun here compared to St. A's because it was so competitive. If I make a mistake here on the court, it's not that big of a deal, and we all kind of just laugh it off. But at St. A's, if I made a mistake, I would pretty much think it was the end of the world at the time. So it was all about kind of getting back on your feet. But here, it's a lot more fun. I think it's a lot more supportive as well.
And you leave for a tournament tomorrow. What are your expectations for this weekend?
So we're playing a bunch of teams that we've played already this season. Fredonia, Canisius, I believe. I think our biggest match will be Fredonia. They have a really, really good setter. She's really tall. And last time we kind of hung in there with them, so I think our goal this weekend is to definitely beat them.
And what are some of the things that you think the team should work on?
Definitely defense. I know we struggle with that a lot in serve-receive. We have a lot of powerful hitters and powerful servers, but sometimes we kind of get caught up at the net and caught up in these tricky situations where we don't know where to place ourselves. So I think for the end of the semester and into next year, we definitely need to work on our defense.
And how about personally? What do you think you should really work on for yourself?
I definitely want to become a better all-around player. I'm a powerful hitter, I think, but I really do lack on defense, and I can serve. So my goal for next year is definitely be a well-rounded player, and I can play all around the court. And I think that I can be a really effective leader next year.
And could you tell me a little bit more about that, your leader as a senior next year?
Well, I'm really excited for that because myself and my fellow seniors next year, we can really kind of take the lead and kind of place everything where we want it to be. So definitely working on defense, working on strategies for hitting. So that's what I'm really excited for.
All right. Thank you so much for being on here, Kylie.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with Meghan and a feature on the rugby team.
Welcome back. I'm Meghan Burke. With me today is Eamon Matthews, a scrum half on the men's rugby team. Eamon, thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
So you ended your season with 3-6 record, and you recently just got back from Las Vegas. How did you do in Vegas?
Vegas was a lot of fun. Our first game of the tournament was against the team that actually won the whole thing, Lindenwood University. We lost against them, but it was a very valuable learning experience. And from there, we actually didn't lose again until the semifinals of the plate bracket, and we ended up finishing 11th out of 48 teams. So for our first tournament, and with the predominantly young, sophomore and freshman team, it was definitely a really good tournament, really good experience.
So up next, you have another tournament, Sevens, which is in a couple weeks in April.
Yep.
And it's a home. So is this your first time coming into a home tournament?
No, we actually had one last year, right around the same time, and that one, there was snow on the field before the tournament, so we actually had to plow it off, which wasn't as fun, so hoping for better weather this year.
So far, it's been the same.
Yeah, so far. But no, I'm really looking forward to the home tournament. We won it last year, so we're hoping to do the same thing this year. A big team we're looking to play there is going to be Kucko-Beach University. They're in our conference, and they beat us during the 15th season in the fall. But, we're feeling a little more confident in the 7th season, and hopefully we can take it to them.
Okay. And how have you guys been preparing so far?
Unfortunately, with the weather, it hasn't been so cooperative, so we've been indoors a lot in the Raleigh Center and the Richter Center, mainly focusing on our fitness, drills that just help develop the little skills like passing and catching. And the days we haven't been able to get outside, we've been practicing our pattern and shape a lot. So, so far, mixed results in Vegas, but I'd say our preparation has been pretty good so far and just continue to keep getting better.
That's good. And as I know, athletes are very superstitious. Are there anything you guys do before your pregame and rituals?
Team-wise, probably the most superstitious thing we'll do is we'll sit in the same seats on the bus if we won the week before. I know a lot of guys have individual things. I listen to only the same 3 songs before every single game. But other than that, we're not like too superstitious.
Yeah. What 3 songs are those?
In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins, which is a go-to. I'm the Man, and Sound of Silence by The Disturbed.
Okay, nice. All right, well, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Up next, we'll be back with Joe Ceraulo and an interview with a men's basketball player.
Welcome back to The Report. I'm Joe Ceraulo. My guest today, Nelson Caputo, a guard for the men's basketball team. Nelson, thanks for joining me today.
My pleasure.
So tell me about the journey, please, coming down from Canada across the border to play college basketball here at St. Bonaventure.
I mean, it's definitely different. I've been in America playing basketball my whole life, since probably 8th grade, playing AAU, traveling across America and stuff. It's been a pleasant, I would say, experience.
Now, speaking of experiences, in the summer of 2014, you played on the Canadian Under-17 championship team that went to FIBA, finished in, I believe, 6th place, went 4-3 down there. Tell us what that experience was like.
It was definitely a different experience. That was the first time I got to play against international competition. It's definitely different than basketball here in America. It's a lot more skillful and like the game is thought out more. While as to here, it's a lot about physicality, being bigger and stronger than everybody, faster. The game's a lot different in Europe, and it helped me like gain a broader understanding of the game of basketball.
Now today, as many people know, March Madness began. The St. Bonaventure Bonnies had a lot of teams in the field of 64 on their schedule this year. What was it like competing against teams such as University of Florida, UNC Wilmington, and of course the A10 teams that are in the tourney?
It was definitely an eye-opening experience for everybody. As for us on the team, it made us realize that like if we have the right pieces and we play hard enough, like we can hang with the best teams in the country. So like it just reassured us and gave us that reassurance that like when we're on our A game, like we can hang with anybody in the country.
Definitely, and you guys did play a lot of close games in those matchups. Dayton, VCU, Wilmington come to mind. Now, to leave us off on this note, what do you expect going forward next year? We're going to have a lot of our top players back. You'll be a junior, have another year of experience under your belt. What do you see with the Bonnies next season?
I think this year, losing guys like Deion Wright, Marcus Posley, we lost a lot of leadership and a lot of our offense from last season. So going into the season, it was just like up in the air who was going to fill what roles aside from Jalen Adams. So it was definitely a great learning experience. We have a lot of returners back coming back next year, and it should be an interesting season. And I think that, knock on wood, provided injuries, I think we should be in the tournament next year.
Well, I hope so, and I'm sure the rest of the student body does also. Nelson, thanks so much for joining us today.
No problem. That's
all for this edition of the Wolfpack Report. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for more information on the St. Bonaventure sports world.